Once upon a time, there was a young girl called Leah. Leah was a shining light in her family. Born and raised in Delta State, Nigeria, she grew up with little, but she carried a heart full of dreams. Life took her across the seas to United Kingdom, where she worked tirelessly, juggled jobs, saving faithfully, and sending money back home. To her family, Leah was their rock. To her friends, she was the definition of pure generosity. She helped without hesitation, gave without counting, and loved without limits. Among those she trusted the most was her dear friend Grace. They shared laughter, secrets, and struggles. Leah often said, Grace is more than a friend, she's my sister. When Leah finally decided to invest in building her dream home back in Delta State, she naturally turned to her best friend Grace for guidance. Grace assured her she knew someone who could handle the work, a skilled electrician and plumber. Leah, ever trusting, agreed without asking too many questions. After all, if Grace vouched for him, what could go wrong? But as weeks turned into months, Leah began to see something was off. Material she paid for disappeared too quickly. Progress on the building was painfully slow. Each time she asked for updates, she was met with excuse, power cuts, bad weather, or workers not showing up. Still, Leah held her peace. She believed in her friend and reminded herself that delays happen in Nigeria. But then came the whisper. Neighbors around the site began to talk. Quiet murmurs floated through the streets. That plumber, that electrician, isn't that Grace's brother? At first, Leah brushed it off. Gossip was common, and she didn't want to believe it. But by the 6th month in, the truth was undeniable. Multiple neighbors confirmed it's the man working for her project was indeed Grace's brother. Leah's world crumbled in that moment. The shock was not just in the lie, but in the betrayal of Grace. The woman she loved, trusted, and treated like family had hidden the truth from her all along. If Grace had simply been honest, Leah would have supported the idea. She loved Grace, Grace's family too, but instead of openness, there was secrecy, and that secrecy broke Leah's heart. She replayed every moment in her mind, the laughter they shared, the trust she placed, the money she poured in, the silence Grace kept, and suddenly it all felt heavy. The betrayal was sharper than the delays, more painful than the wasted money. Leah, kind as she was, didn't lash out. She didn't scream or curse, but deep inside, a scar was formed. A scar that whispered, You can love people deeply, but don't place blind trust in them. Only God deserves that kind of faith. From that day, Leah became wiser. She still loved, she still gave, she built boundaries stronger. The experience taught her that humans' hearts can be deceitful, but God's love and truth never fails. The moral of the story: trust people with wisdom, but trust God completely. For when people disappoint, God remains faithful. Thank you for listening.